Bleacher Report just ranked Kobe Bryant 11th on their all-time list. And I've officially had enough. You waited until the man died, when he can't clap back, can't speak for himself, to try and bury him under a pile of weak-ass narratives and revisionist history.
I had Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kareem, and Magic.
Eating fucking rat.
Because let's be clear, not a single one of you cowards would have said this to Kobe's face, paying him lip service while speaking behind his back. And you know what makes it even worse? Some of the players ranked ahead of him admit Kobe was better than them. So today, I'm done being polite, man. I'm done letting this media slander slide. We're gonna talk about the clown take Tracy McGrady dropped on First Take, Shannon Sharpe embarrassing himself defending this disgrace of a list, and most importantly, where Kobe Bryant really ranks and why the NBA media has finally crossed the line into utter disrespect. I'm warning you now, because I'm about to go scorched earth.
Replace me with Kobe with Shaq. I don't win a championship. You don't think I could carry the Lakers to a championship? Like, I've never had the opportunity.
They say one shouldn't meet their heroes, but I'll do you one better. Just don't have them at all. Because at the end of the day, they're just a regular human with insecurities and feelings. And truthfully, I can't think of anything more disappointing than that. Tracy McGrady had the nerve to say this during the NBA Finals. And it was unprompted. Kobe's name wasn't even being mentioned. Hey, dumb you had Yao Ming, prime Yao, 7'6", grown in a lab, all NBA Yao. You had talent, you had teams. You just didn't have what Kobe had, and you knew it. Kobe once said you were his toughest matchup. He gave you your flowers. And how do you repay it? By cheapening his legacy after he's gone. That's not confidence, T-Mac. That's bitterness. That's insecurity. Let's not pretend. You didn't win because you weren't Kobe. You didn't close the deal. You didn't evolve. And if you think having Shaq guarantees a ring, ask Penny. Ask Wade post 2006. Ask LeBron. Yes, T-Mac had really unfortunate injuries. And yes, his peak was incredible. But that doesn't give you the license to talk shit about Kobe Bryant, a guy who achieved way more than you while playing the same position. But let's get to the real insult of it, because in truth, Tracy McGrady is just another bitter ex-player, and nobody under the age of 25 even knows who the shit he is. Not even throwing shade. Them's the facts. Bleacher Report's top 100 list. Here's their top 10. MJ 1, LeBron 2, Kareem 3, Magic 4, Bill Russell 5, Shaq 6, Tim Duncan 7, Larry Bird 8, Wilt 9, Steph 10, and Kobe Bryant at 11th. Let me say that again. Kobe Bryant, 11th. They've got Steph Curry, Shaq, Bill Russell, and Wilt over him. And then comes Shannon Sharpe, sitting on national television, nodding along like a damn bobblehead, agreeing with every part of this list.
You look at Michael, multiple regular season MVPs. LeBron, multiple regular season MVPs. Kareem, multiple regular season MVPs.
Shannon doesn't know a lick about basketball. That is becoming apparently clear. He only sees numbers, he only trusts box scores, and only worships analytics. And it's so obvious he A, never watched Kobe in real time, and that every single comment he makes is about pushing LeBron's GOAT agenda.
I have LeBron 1.
This man really sat there and let Ocho Cinco, a guy who never makes any sense, make way more basketball sense than he did.
I had Michael Jordan.
When Ocho is the basketball brain in the room, you've lost the plot. You know, I was feeling sorry for Shannon Sharpe, thinking that ESPN should let him back. I don't know about that anymore. This is egregious and sick. And let's destroy this list line by line. First of all, Kareem and Magic ahead of Kobe. Magic himself said Kobe was the greatest Laker ever. That's his words, not mine. And guess what? Most people who know anything about basketball say Magic is ahead of Kareem in the GOAT list, not because of raw talent, but because of achievements and leadership. So therefore, if Kobe's ahead of Magic and Magic's ahead of Kareem, then Kobe's ahead of both. Again, not my fucking words. Shaq ahead of Kobe? Really? Kobe has more rings, outlasted him, outworked him, outgrew him. And when Shaq left, Kobe proved who the alpha really was. And again, Shaq is the one who says Kobe deserves to be considered a GOAT. Now, next, Bill Russell? Bro, I respect the legacy. We respect the legacy. One of the greatest winners ever. But Bill Russell wasn't even the main offensive weapon on his team. He averaged 15 points a game in a league of 8 teams. Kobe did more against better players with less help. This is ridiculous. Next, Wilt? A stat chaser who averaged 50 points a game in regular season, then got his soul snatched every finals by Bill Russell? Again, in an 8-team league, you've won twice? Come on, man. Kobe cared way more about winning and had way better stats when it mattered. Steph Curry? Dude, if any of you have ever watched my channel for more than just this video, you know I'm a major Steph fan. Greatest shooter ever, revolutionized the game. But Steph ain't Kobe, dog. Steph never carried a team the way Kobe did from 2006 to 2010. Never dropped 81 in a game. Was never the absolute stone cold dog killer Jordan Part 2 that Kobe was. From 2007 to 2010, Kobe was the best player in the world. And he did it in an era filled with prime LeBron, Wade, CP3, Melo, Dwight, and Bosh. The league was stacked and Kobe was king. Don't ever disrespect his name. And if you want to talk about the lack of MVPs that Shannon Sharpe keeps bleating on about,
Magic, multiple regular season MVPs. Bill, multiple regular season MVPs.
at his prime, Kobe lost 2 MVPs to Steve Nash while averaging over 35 points a game in a season. Yes, we can just pay attention to silly old stats, but perspective matters too. You would think a guy like Shannon Sharpe, who was a low round selection to make it to the Hall of Fame, would understand this point better than anybody else. But here's why I'm as triggered as I am. Outside of the obvious disrespect and the revisionist history, it's the hypocrisy, it's the backtalk, it's the smiling in your face while stabbing you in the back when you no longer have a means to defend yourself. That's what makes me sick to my stomach here. He was among the best, but he wasn't the best? Bro, by what measure? Just because he has 1 regular season MVP in a sport where the regular season actually matters the least? How can anyone who's watched basketball for more than 5 minutes and watched Kobe Bryant play, how come everyone can say, oh yeah, that guy's a top 5 player of all time? But then other people, whole organizations, people like Shannon Sharpe can be like, oh yeah, it's a good list. Bill Russell is better than Kobe. Really, bro? In what world? Okay, Bill Russell won 11 titles. He averaged 15 points a game with 8 teams. Make it make sense. Stop talking absolute rubbish, bro. But of course, when it's not to do with you, why should it matter, right? Look, this isn't just about some shitty ranking or the NBA media being clowns. We know that's gonna happen all the time. But this is about a specific long-term media agenda to erase a legend. Why? Because Kobe wasn't soft. He didn't kiss up to reporters. He wasn't here to make friends. He was here to destroy you on the court, stare you down after, and didn't give a rat's ass how it made you feel. And guess what? That made these media clowns uncomfortable. They couldn't control Kobe's legacy, and when he was alive, they paid him lip service. They smiled in his face. But then as soon as his back was turned, or worse in this case, as soon as the man passed away and was unable to defend himself, they do everything to tear it down. And if you want to know why, again, it's a misguided attempt to pump up the legacy of present players by disrespecting the legacies of the old ones. But here's the truth. You can't erase greatness in 2025. It lives on. You can't erase it with numbers, not with narratives, and especially not with cowardly takes made after a man has literally passed away. Kobe Bryant is a top 5 NBA player all time, minimum. And if you don't see that, at best you never watched him, but at worst, you're a clueless moron who doesn't know basketball, much like the rest of NBA media. Shame! And I'm not even a Kobe fan.